Welcome to Dr. Tilawen channel. For some of you who have not been here before, this is a place where we discuss issues pertaining to relationships and mental health, and we try to find some solutions. So if you are new here, I would like for you to consider subscribing. Because if you subscribe, you'll be able to watch any new videos. You'll be the first one to know when new videos are released. And it'll be very easy for you to find this channel again, because there's so many channels, so many videos. If you subscribe, you'll stay connected. So I know Valentine's is coming right around the corner, and I received one question from one of my subscribers, and his name is Chris. He's from Phoenix, Arizona. And he asked, I have not been the best boyfriend for the past year. I'd like to make it up to my girlfriend and Dr. Tilawen. What is the best Valentine's gift that I can buy her? FYI, I'm on a tight budget, but I feel that I must get her something. Okay. First of all, Chris, I must commend you for at least remembering Valentine's. A lot of men forget, believe it or not. And, you know, they remember that morning of Valentine's, and it's like, oh my God. They run into 7-Eleven 7 in the morning and say, hey, bring back that one rose flower and say, honey, I love you. Don't kid yourself. She knows that you forgot about it. You may forget, but that doesn't mean that she forgot about it. So, Chris, I think you're on the right track, okay? That you actually remember that. But let's discuss about two issues about your question before we get to how to give her the best Valentine's gift out there. There are two issues with your questions that I think a lot of men fall into. First of all, is that some men feel like that Valentine's Day is supposed to be the day that you rescue your relationship. So for 364 days, you've neglected her, you've been having an attitude problem, you've been arguing, you've done all sorts of things that have created a rift between you and the person that you're supposed to be in love with. And then you're banking on that one day, the Valentine's Day, to rescue this. That is a problem, because it should be that you do all these things that you're going to do on Valentine's Day throughout the year, if you really pertains to that. But more importantly is that for you to even know what it is that she wants, you have to learn to communicate. So because you don't just go out there and just get anything, which goes into point number 2 that I wanted to talk to you about also, which is that on Valentine's Day is so over commercialized that the Valentine's Day cartels, also known as the Christmas cartels. Yeah, I said Christmas cartels. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Christmas. But I just think that some of these holidays and occasions like this are so over commercialized that, take for example Christmas. Christmas, like, okay, 'tis a season to be jolly. First they play all the songs, and then 'tis a season to be jolly, and you need to spend until you go into bankruptcy, so that you can show that you love people around you and that you've gotten them. So, but let's get back to Valentine's. The same cartels, also known as the Valentine's cartel, they also are now reaching up to everything. They are now cranking up their commercials about how you should get the flowers, the overpriced flowers, the overpriced cards, the overpriced teddy bear. You have to get those ones. And if you don't get those ones, then you really don't love her. Take, for example, flowers that may cost like $9.99 on any normal occasion. On Valentine's, it may cost you $60, $70, even up to $100. But you have to get it that day. If you get it the next day, then you don't love her. You're a jerk. You're really not really serious about the fact that you're in love. You don't treat her as being special. And if you could send it to work or somewhere else where other people can see, the better. Now, I'm not against any of that. What I'm saying is that make sure that it is what she wants, that you know, that you communicated enough where you know that this is what she wants, not what the Valentine's cartel, aka Christmas cartels, have told you you have to get in order for you to appear that you're a real man, you're a man that really, really loves as such. No, find out throughout the year what she likes, because if you don't, then you're at 7-Eleven in the morning getting one lousy rose flower and thinking that this is probably what she needs, and you're out of luck, you're out of time. So find out that, so those are the two issues there. First of all is the banking on one day, Valentine's, to be able to rescue your whole relationship. I think it's asking way too much, because let's face it, she already knows that this relationship hasn't been good. Like you say, you have not been a good boyfriend. She already knows that. So it's a good start, but don't just bank on that day only. But at the same time also, do not give in to the cartels that tells you what you have to do. That you have to go to some website and order some chocolate-covered strawberries and all kinds of things like teddy bears and all that. And like I say, you can get all that stuff if you really think that that's what she wants, because you've been communicating, throughout the year. So anyway, we're getting to your question. I digress here, but I just wanted us to clear that as first. So let's get to your question, which is basically like, what do I do? What do I get? What's the best Valentine's gift that I can get her? But the best is just what we've already touched on, which is try to do something frequently to show that you love her. Do not wait until Valentine's to be able to show her that you love her. And it doesn't have to cost money. Go against the cartels. It doesn't have to cost money. It could be you helping out with the chores around the house. It could be holding hands, leaving out little notes to say that I love you. Bringing flowers and strawberries and all that stuff. You can bring all those throughout the year, like just sprinkle them all throughout. Don't bring them all at once, because remember, she knows you very well. And if you change your habit one day, like you bring dozen roses, you've never done this before, and bring all the chocolate covered strawberries from some website and start to really do all these things at once, and then do what experts say, by the way, which is like you have to tell her that you love her like 6 times a day, which a lot of men say, are you crazy? Who does that? Most experts say that is like the act of repetition shows that you love her. Some men is like, wait a minute. I already told her that I loved her about 2 months ago. Why should I tell her again? I mean, it hasn't changed. It has changed. I would have already told her. So she should just know. No, it still goes back to communication. Because if you don't communicate, then she doesn't know that. So, but going back to that point where you bring everything all at once, if you bring all these flowers, all these candy, all these strawberries, then all of a sudden she's like, okay, this is not Chris. What's going on? So because she thinks 2 things probably going on. You've done something wrong, or you're trying to manipulate her. That's the way she may think those things, So before you go shocking her like that, bringing all these things at once that you don't do, because you remember, you have patterns, when you're in a dating situation or when you're married, whoever you're married to, you get to know their patterns. They get to know your patterns. You get to know your patterns. If something completely out of the ordinary, someone asks themselves, what is going on? So you just do it as a habit, so that it's not such a shocking and surprise, and like out of character. It should be surprising, but should not be out of character, which means sprinkle it throughout the year. Don't wait for the 365th day to rescue your relationship. So that is the best, Valentine's gift that you can give her is throughout, and it doesn't have to cost money. Like I say, communicate with her, and therefore you will be able to know if evening walks, helping around the house, giving her a massage, walking her dog, doing laundry. And now some men don't like to doing laundry, and just doing acts of kindness, leaving little notes for her, and leaving it in strategic places, or in her bag when she goes to work. When she opens it, she can see that, or texting her and saying, "Hey, I love you." Little things that don't really cost that much money that you can be able to do, but you don't have to do what the cartels tells you. So I hope that this was useful to you, Chris, and some of you who have the same issue. So have a nice Valentine's, and for some of you, like I say, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the red button to say subscribe. Like the video if it helped you, and most of all, please share your comment below there. We want to know how you are going about your Valentine's. What is the best Valentine's gifts that you have given the person that you love? Maybe we can learn from you, and we can also be rock stars too. Maybe next time I might use your idea. So so just share, and let's continue to learn from each other. And that's why I was saying this channel is for us to be able to learn about each other. And when you subscribe, we'll have more videos coming out. We have next week we'll have forgiveness, grief. How do you deal with grief? Because some of you dealing with grief, having lost somebody. And then road rage, communication in a relationship. There's so many other topics coming up. You have a nice Valentine's, and this has been Dr. Tilawen wishing you the blessings of today and wonderful possibilities of tomorrow. Thank you, and have a good day.